Boom. Alright, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are simply going to be taking a look at the charts of a few stocks that are looking promising to me at this specific moment in time. So let's just get straight into this one, you guys, keeping it strictly technical today. As always, we'll go over the names we're going to be discussing, and then we'll dive into each one individually. In front of us, as you guys know, is TradingView, where once again we will talk technicals, price action, and price targets on these following names you can see here on the watch list on the right. Kicking it off with two EV plays, the first of which is going to be Workhorse. As you guys know, we have been following Workhorse over the past week or so, seeing a lot of volume coming into this stock, seeing a lot of exciting price action. A lot of this, of course, coming from the Reddit crowd in a short squeeze attempt. This is what is considered a meme stock to many, but regardless of that, we're seeing a lot of volume and we're seeing some promising technicals here. So excited to dive into Workhorse. The second EV play we're going to be touching on is Hyliion. If you guys have watched my channel at all over the course of since I started making investing YouTube videos, I have been a big fan of Hyliion from a fundamental perspective. A lot of you, let me know in the comments down below if you were on that first big Hyliion run with us in the Waves fam for that first big Hyliion run. But Hyliion, along with so many other smaller cap EV green energy stocks, have gotten absolutely pummeled, have seen a staggering pullback over the better part of the past half a year now. And with all of the fundamentals at play, with all green energy and just EVs overall, seeing a lot of fundamental momentum on top of that staggering correction that we've seen, I do think that it is about time that Hyliion, along with a lot of the other plays that we've been talking about lately, see a bounce back. But today we're just focusing on Hyliion, okay? Hyliion, of course, the reason I'm covering all of these, you guys, I do think these all look promising on a short to medium term time horizon. Of course, many of these have a lot of potential long term as well, but in this video, we're focusing primarily on the short to medium term time horizon, talking like throughout the month of June. Okay, so just wanted to throw that out there before we move on. Then after that, we will move on to a couple plays in the cannabis sector. The first of which, of the second sector, I guess, is going to be another meme stock, another short squeeze stock, that is Sundial. So Sundial, along with all the plays we're looking at today, got pretty creamed. Today was a weird day in the markets, you guys, and I am recording this on Thursday. So a lot of the risk on hyper growth sectors of the market, EVs, I mean, not necessarily crypto even, but EVs, cannabis, a lot of just the smaller, again, hyper growth revolutionary sectors that we cover here a lot on the channel, got smoked today. We're seeing a lot of crazy price action here on the downside, a lot of red across the board, which is weird because a lot of the equity indices were in the green. So blue chips like the S&P 500, the NASDAQ were pretty green today. I actually saw a nice pop following some of the inflation metrics that just came out, CPI data. I'm not going to get into that now, but keep in mind, you guys, go look up CPI, go look up what the Fed's reaction to that CPI data, because that will be very, very relevant, to the markets in the near future. Okay, so just wanted to throw that out there as well. So Sundial, second, we're going to talk Tilray, the OG. So talk Tilray, also getting pretty beat up today, but still looking promising on the charts in terms of the more medium-term time horizon. So we will take a look at those two cannabis plays. And then at the very end, we are going to touch on a new face to the Waves fam, which is AHT, or Ashford Hospitality Trust. This is a small cap reopening play that looks very, very promising right now. And both from a fundamental and technical perspective. So I do want to talk to you guys about the potential I see there. And yeah, I'm excited to introduce a new face to not all of you guys, but hopefully a lot of you guys. All right. So those are the names we're going to be covering. As always, before we do dive in, I will ask you to please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it today, or if you are bullish on any of the names we're going to be talking about. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and want to catch more content like this. And of course, check out my complete portfolio daily newsletter. That's going to be the first link down in the description. This is a complete breakdown of my entire portfolio. Every single position in there, not only the positions we're going to be talking about today. At any given time, I do have about 50 to 60 open positions there, which again, I do update every single trading day during market hours with the trades that I made that day. And with every update, I do send out an email newsletter, not only with charts, talking price targets, price action on many of the names that we discussed on the channel, but also rationalize the trades I made and why I'm trading the way I'm trading. So again, $15 a month. I really appreciate it if you check that out. First link down below once again. And then I got to give some love to the Discord. So the Discord is like the Discord's sick, you guys. There's so much good info. The last stock, this stock, AHT, Ashford Hospitality, was actually put onto me by some members in the Discord group. And I was a little late to the game, actually, on this one. But that's why I love having this tight community, is that you guys, and shout out to you guys, like big shout out to you guys. You guys know who you are. It's just so sick having a community who's doing the due diligence, doing the research to find sick plays like this. Because I looked at this, I looked at the website, I looked at the fundamentals, and I might do a solo analysis on this play in the near future. But looks great on the charts, looks great fundamentally, and again, shout out to the Discord group. So Discord group, a lot of great people in there, arguably a lot smarter than me, some of them. But that is $100 a month, a little steep, I know. But if you do want to get in there, you can use code YouTube20 for $20 off. I guess still a little steep, but that's, it's pretty exclusive, guys. So if you do want to take that next step into the Waves fam, check both of these out. Really appreciate it. But if not, no worries at all. I really appreciate you guys watching here. Okay, so let's dive into these charts. Kick it off with Workhorse. So Workhorse, I know a lot of you guys are looking at exactly what I am right now. It's this bull flag. So this bull flag I have drawn here that kicked off at the beginning of June. So bull flag, classic parabolic move up followed by descending triangle. I did cover Workhorse when there was just this point here on June 8th, before the past couple of days when we did break out of actually this bull flag. Kind of put that previous analysis in the dust. But it's interesting, you guys know I always use 4-hour candles, because 4-hour candles are a very good determining factor of short to medium term price action. Okay, so we didn't actually really close. You could say this one closed above it, but it's interesting to see that these two 4-hour candles actually did not close above. Again, I'm just going to not count that one to close. Did not close above this line of resistance on the downtrend of this descending triangle, okay? So, say the markets do poorly tomorrow. I believe futures are in the red at the time of recording. Say the markets do poorly tomorrow. Say a lot of these names do see more downside, which is entirely possible, you guys. Although I am bullish on these short to medium term, one day, like, I'm not a day trader, you guys. I'm a swing trader. So I'm talking, again, like a few days out to a week out, maybe. To a week to maybe a couple of weeks out even. All right? So just because maybe we do see more downside tomorrow does not mean that we won't see more upside in a couple days, in a week or so, okay? So what could play out here? If we do play out this bull flag, again, parabolic move up, descending triangle. If we do happen to come down here and set a higher, which would be a higher low as well, like high, low, higher high, higher low. If we come down here to this bottom base cyan line I have drawn here at about 1350 region, that would base us out to see another move up to test the line of resistance on that downtrend, and then hopefully resolve this bull flag over the course of the next trading week or so, okay? So again, you guys, maybe we just start ripping up. We're still setting, even where we closed today, that's still a higher low on the current uptrend. So it's entirely possible that we do just see this thing continue to rip. But if we do see downside, I do think worst case scenario is maybe down here to really get that base, again, high, come base down once again, come up, test this line of resistance, create that real descending triangle. But if it comes to where I'm comfortable, like not doubling down, but increasing my position size on Workhorse, I'd be very comfortable personally do it around like 1330 to even 1350, okay? So again, keep an eye on this for yourself. As always, you guys, if you're trading these, go into TradingView for yourself, draw all these trend lines and keep an eye on them and see how they act, okay? Because again, especially with plays like Workhorse and Sundial, like the Reddit meme stocks, you're gonna see a lot of volatility, and sometimes technicals you got to front run the technicals, okay? So everyone's going to be looking at these charts. You've got to be one step ahead of the competition if you want to succeed and win, okay? So that's Workhorse. If we see a move to the upside, I do think it's very possible that Workhorse does come up to about 2850. The reason that is to close this gap. So as I've been saying, I do think that this gap will be filled if Workhorse does continue to run at some point in time, whether it takes a few weeks, a couple of months even, I don't know, but I do think that at some point in 2021, this gap will be filled from about $28.50 to about $31, which from here is over 2x, okay, or about a 2x from here, okay? So we will keep a close eye on Workhorse, but let's move on to Hyliion. So Hyliion short term is looking, Hyliion's in a very, very textbook ascending channel, which I'd love to see. So Hyliion is in a textbook ascending channel, and I think it's almost inevitable that at some point Hyliion does come to test the sign line right here, which is a very crucial trend line. So I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to have to zoom out pretty far here, you guys. But this trend line is a very, very strong line of resistance on the overall downtrend beginning way back in November 2020. So touch point here, Hyliion getting absolutely murked, down 87% from its high back in like kind of like fall of 2020, I guess. I'm not even going to zoom out more because I always show that. But Hyliion, as far as the short term is concerned, I do think it's very likely, especially considering that fundamental news that I did cover in the last Hyliion video, or the last video with the Hyliion analysis in it. That was just a few days ago, I think earlier this week, of Tuesday of this week. You know that Hyliion's fundamentals, they are scaling their operations, they're growing their business, and that's exactly what you want to see from a fundamental perspective in these small cap EV green energy companies, okay? At least that's what I think. So Hyliion, I think it's very, very likely that we do just bounce perfectly off the bottom side. The line of support on this very, very beautiful ascending channel sets a higher low on the same uptrend of this same channel. And I do think it's likely we test the top side of this ascending channel. If we do test the top side of this ascending channel, say very conservatively, if we break $15, if Hyliion can break $15, I think it will be in a technical breakout. I know it'll be in a technical breakout because, again, if it closes above $15, that is going to be a closure above this line of resistance on the overall downtrend, which would lead to, I think, a significant pop, because that's a reversal. I mean, this is a nice pop, this is a nice bounce, but if we can break $15 at this point, that signals a technical reversal on the overall trend, which would make me very, very, very medium to longer term bullish on Hyliion. Okay, so watch that $15 level, you guys, if you are playing Hyliion yourself. So you look at SNDL. So Sundial, very, very, similar story here, you guys. See a crazy spike in volume. Obviously nothing compared to what we saw back in February when the meme stocks first hit the markets, when the short squeeze warriors first came to play. But again, seeing a nice spike in volume, especially if you look at this, nothing, huge spike in volume here, which you really like to see, a lot of momentum, and obviously creates for this very exciting price action. So Sundial, kind of same story as Workhorse, very simple bull flag right here. So parabolic move up followed by descending triangle. If Sundial does not break out tomorrow, that's not good news, because that would be a complete break of this ascending triangle and a test of like a reversion to the mean. Okay, so like the first high of this rally, which is right here, which Sundial closed the day almost exactly on at just above $1. If we do not see a green day in Sundial tomorrow, that would be pretty worrisome. So let's hope we see that. But if we break down, I do think we'll probably come down to about 90 cents or something, see another maybe like 10% pullback from current levels. But I do still think there's a lot of potential here. Sundial is still in like a technical breakout from here, from like way back in March of 2021. Strong downtrend, did see a breakout. So maybe it's always possible we break down again, you guys, but with just judging the current market environment, I don't think that's likely. So when it comes to upside price targets for Sundial, my price targets are going to be around here. So I think we're going to fall into this range if we see another move up, at least in the short to medium term, which would take us to about $1.70, which from here is, you're looking at like a 70% price increase, okay? So again, I do think we're going to fall somewhere in this range. I do think it's likely we see some resistance along the way. I don't think it's going to be a parabolic move up. But if we do break out of this, this is going to be my like week to maybe 2 week out price target, all right? It's going to be about $1.70. Okay, so keep an eye on Sundial. Let's move on to the second cannabis play, Tilray. I like the pace that we are moving at right now. Got to keep these videos short and sweet. Not short, but I've been making a lot of like half-hour videos lately, and I kind of just want to shorten it up for you guys, or do my best to do so at least. I'm a notorious ranter, so I'm going to try to keep that at a minimum. Tilray is looking, pretty... What? I don't think my chart from earlier synced you guys. I'm sorry about that. But Tilray does look a little weird here. When you look at this, Tilray did clear above this level, which made me very bullish initially when it cleared it on June 3rd. Since then, it has been in a nice uptrend, a very clean trend of higher highs and higher lows. Let's get rid of all this and just make a chart quickly on the fly. So boom, delete. I know I can do it on my mouse, but that's just quicker if I hit my keyboard. So Tilray is in a very, very steep uptrend right here. So you could say that this is actually Tilray's, like this is technically Tilray's trend. Tilray is in like a megaphone, like massive, you know what? This is way cleaner, but for fun, I'm going to use that because it also intersects with this trend line that I do think will come into play at some point in Tilray. So if Tilray, by some miracle, because this will be a miracle, Tilray is so close, like literally close the day directly on this line of support on this current uptrend, short-term uptrend. So you could almost say this is still a higher high, like high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, but we are right on the support of, again, this very stark megaphone channel at this point. So maybe we do see Tilray come up here. That's not what I wanted. I wanted the arrow. Maybe we do see Tilray come up, just pop off once again to test this area. So let's zoom out a little bit. I'll show you guys why this green line is in play right here. Excuse me. So Tilray, this is a very, very like strong line of support right here on Tilray's overall uptrend beginning way back in December of 2020. So again, touch point here prior to that extreme rally that Tilray saw in the winter of 2020 and yeah, just going into 2021. Touch point here, base of the rally. You get another touch point here. This came into play. You see it used a lot around this area following Tilray's correction. Again, support, like a lot of confusion around this area, but once it officially broke below it, that's when we really saw it fall off, okay? So I do think that at some point, if Tilray does see a breakout, it's likely that this trend line once again comes into play. If it does on June 18th, so like 8 days, just over a week out from the time of recording, which would be very, very staggering, honestly, because that would be almost a 2x from here, like an 85-90% move up, which is a little hard to believe. It's still possible because we know the market environment. So it's still possible, but again, that's highly optimistic. Maybe it happens a little later. Maybe it's more like a channel like this is a lot more conservative, and maybe it happens like closer to like the end of the month or something. But again, you guys, this is kind of a tough gauge. I do remain bullish on Tilray from a fundamental perspective, especially after they merged with Aphria, which is my single favorite company from a financial fundamental perspective in the entire cannabis space was Aphria. Merged with Aphria makes me like Tilray a whole lot more fundamentally, and I do believe they have a very, very bright future ahead of them because weed isn't going anywhere. Devil's lettuce ain't going nowhere, okay? So let me know in the comments down below if you indulge in the devil's lettuce. Anyway, so I do think it's possible. I do think it's likely that at some point over the course of the summer, Tilray does come up here, test like the 40, like scratches $40. When that's going to be, it would be by mid-July if it perfectly intersects with this line of resistance that I've drawn, line of support, line of resistance, just trend line in general. So I do think that a $40 Tilray, which is just about a 2x from current levels, is possible. It's just a matter of, it's more of a matter of when, not if, in my opinion. And again, you guys, this is just my opinion. Tomorrow we could completely break out of this and see new lows. Okay, so keep that in mind as well. Let's close it out with the new kid on the block, AHT, or Ashford Hospitality Trust. So Ashford, as you guys can see here, since its low of $1.90 just on April 27th, prior to everything starting to reopen again, Ashford has been on an absolute tear. So from that level, let's do a good old price range real quick. From this level right here, just again, April 28th to its high on just yesterday, June 9th, was a 300% increase. So you're looking at a crazy multiple on just levels it was at just over a month ago. But again, that's what happens when you catch some of these very, very promising reopening plays early. Again, I know. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys are already familiar. If you're one of the few who put me onto this in the Discord group, please let me know. Drop a comment down below. Show some love. Take some credit. Give credit where credit's due. But from a technical perspective, Ashford, like this is just such a bullish chart, okay? And then I'll zoom out after this actually and show you guys maybe, you know, whatever. I'll zoom out after this and show you guys like my overall price target, okay? So short term at least, obviously going parabolic. You'd love to see this, a crazy, crazy spike in volume. Like this volume is unlike anything that Ashford has ever seen in its history. So again, love to see volume, love to see high trading volume, because that means like eyes on this. And Ashford is actually at just over a $1 billion valuation, which for what they pull in, like if we go down here to earnings, you guys can see that their their revenue is like floats around 1.4, 1.5 billion. That's revenue. Granted, they are unprofitable. That is extraordinary revenue. So their revenue is actually greater than their current market cap, which is so rare in the 2020-21 market. Like Oatly is worth freaking $20 billion. That's oat milk. You know how fast that's going to get disrupted? That's ridiculous. And of course, they're not profitable. So all the SPACs, all the IPOs, they're all unprofitable. And again, when it comes to market cap versus revenue, this is very, very impressive. And everything's reopening. This is like a luxury hotel business. Luxury is bigger than it's ever been. I'll tell you that, just walking around everywhere I go. Everyone feels luxury. And this is like the perfect storm of a company that I think, and many do obviously think will do well in the reopening, okay? So fundamentals aside, from a technical perspective, obviously in a very, very stark short-term uptrend, very, very steep uptrend. I do think it's likely that Ashford does ultimately come up to test this level right here. I'll zoom out and show you guys why that is. But as long as we stay in this channel it's just going to be trading in this channel until one of these lines of either resistance or support, these purple lines right here, is broken, okay? So again, just bounced off the bottom. I mean, pretty much created this line of support today. So again, we could very well break down, but same story here. Like, a lot of these are similar charts. Again, you guys, these are a lot of hype stocks, a lot of volume, a lot of players are playing these stocks right now. So high, low, higher high, establishing a higher low. If it goes sideways, maybe set a higher high. I do think we will see some resistance around this green line though. So let's zoom out. We'll actually close it on the daily charts right here. So I do think that AHT will see some resistance around here, around the $8.75 level, just because, again, you guys, when you're dealing with stocks that are going parabolic, just look at the historical areas that have acted as support or resistance, ceilings or floors, okay? And you can see AHT had a very hard time as it was bouncing around this area for the better part of half a year. Had a very, very hard time clearing like the eight, we'll just call it $9 region. So roughly $9, AHT had a pretty hard time clearing, okay? And from 630, $9 is a pretty impressive jump. But in the grand scheme of things, I do think that AHT can get to at least like right here, pre-pandemic levels. June of 2020, we reached a high of almost $20, which this is over a 3x from current levels right here, almost exactly a 3x. Even if we do see that bounce play, which is a little ridiculous. But AHT, again, you guys, this is such a solid floor, and I do think that this floor will act as a new ceiling once AHT gets back on track, really starts ripping again, which would take it up to about $26, okay? So $26 is my end of year price target for AHT. Super exciting. This is one of the few exciting plays. And again, there's a few other plays that's floating around in the Discord right now that we actually just talked about today. So in the Discord, I do also hop in there almost every trading day. I do my best to hop in there every trading day. It's max 4 days a week at 2 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. So whatever that is in your local time zone. But talk shop, talk about some new plays, and there are definitely some new plays that I'm excited about, and hopefully we'll share with you guys very, very soon here on the YouTube channel, and of course even sooner in the newsletter, just because that's how I have to make things fair, okay, for the exclusive members of the Way Sam, okay? So we'll call it there, you guys. Let me know in the comments down below if you want a solo analysis on AHT, Ashford Hospitality, what your favorite play that we covered today is personally, what you have the biggest bag of personally, and yeah, just let me know if there's plays that you think should be on my radar and that I should include in these pretty random stock talks that I actually really, really like making, okay? So I will talk to you guys downstairs in the comments, and until next time, always remember, take action, make waves, peace.